It's a sure sign of a good time.
Was that Miller Lite? Ah, got it.
Yeah, okay. Also, it's been the boss Bateman. He's also a sure sign of a good time.
Yeah, a lot of their live streams will show that.
That's true.
That man knows how to play a guitar.
Action Industries live streams. Go check out Action Industries on YouTube. They have good live streams.
Yeah.
Fun to hang out with, all that. But anyway, you're here on the Cinefanatics channel, and that's who we are. We are the Cinefanatics. My name is Chris Adams.
And I'm Robert Adams.
And you're here today for a Schmoedown reaction, which is even another channel.
Yeah.
So many channels. Schmoedown. That is, we're talking about Ben Bateman versus Shannon Miller. This is still a first-round match in the singles tournament.
And while we're in the mood of promoting everybody else, let's go ahead and give ourselves a quick shout-out, too. We're in the final 100 subscribers till we hit 1,000 subscribers. Do you really have your pinky up? Wow. So, yeah, we're about to hit 1,000 subscribers, so please help us out. Make sure you hit subscribe right down there. And subscribe to us. Be a part of this final 100 leading up to 1,000 and continue to stay with us after 1,000. So, Shannon Miller versus Ben Bateman, round 1, Ultimate Schmoedown Championship match.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Who do you got?
Oh, well, I mean, we got the same one because, again, we have a Cinefanatics bracket. And on this bracket, we have Ben Bateman winning this match.
Yeah, we do. So that'll look pretty good. So, yeah. Anyways, had to move it.
You got to pick that up later. We can't leave that right there.
I will.
Okay.
So, yeah, Bateman's going to win. Now, here's the thing, though. Shannon Miller, if you remember, came into this league based off of Ethan Irwin and Ethan Irwin's wife's recommendation that she was a really good competitor or will be a good competitor as well. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's still some strong words there. She's done some really good performances. I think she's done very well for a rookie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would quite call her Ethan Irwin level yet.
I haven't quite seen it just yet.
But I mean, that's a hard stretch just because Ethan Irwin won the singles championship belt in his rookie season.
That's true too.
So that's a huge hurdle you got to be able to jump and meet.
At the same time, she has the opportunity to do that very same thing right now. She's in the singles tournament at this moment and could, should she be able to beat Ben here, make her way through the rest of the tournament to actually try to get that belt.
Which would be another good bracket buster potentially, because I think a lot of people are probably voting more towards on Bateman on this.
And that would put her up against Paul Oyama, which if I remember correctly, that match already happened.
Yeah, they've played each other before.
But at the same time, of the two right now, I just think Ben knows the game stronger. He's got a better grasp on it. His studying habits are... he's one of the top studiers in the league right now. I just think Ben's got this one
pretty well locked.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
He's got this one pretty well locked down.
He's got the experience, he's got the study habits, he's got the knowledge, he's got the horsemen behind him. So he's got a lot of encouragement.
Which I like the horsemen, but that may or may not mean anything.
Possibly.
Right now, we'll see.
Yeah, so I agree. That's why we said Bateman on our bracket. So, yeah, I think Bateman's got it. Let's jump into this and find out if our bracket's busted again.
Also because they let us on Action Movie Anatomy, so we're biased.
Bateman wasn't there.
He helped to get it done.
Coy was nice, though.
Coy was nice. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into this.
Lon, we have a terrible problem.
Oh, what is that? What's amiss?
Sorry to interrupt your contemplation, but I've been sending JTE numerous telegrams, and he has not responded to me.
No. Do not worry about JTE. I assumed long ago that there was a chance that Snape might betray us once more, betray our trust, get onto another vehicular transport that he could not control. I knew that he might depart.
How long are we going to drag this joke out?
Enter the tournament, but I have taken the liberty of finding a new partner for our association, my colleague Simon.
I can't actually read.
Now, you recall my recent sojourn to Northern Europe?
Yes, of course. You were checking out the Flemish countryside.
As a scholarly walkabout to the Flemish countryside, as I sojourn every few years. During my sojourn, I encountered Simon here. He informed me we were colleagues, we were roommates back in, was it Oxford or Cambridge?
Oxford and Cambridge at the same time.
Oxford by Cambridge.
Oxford by Cambridge.
You hyphenate.
Oxford by Cambridge.
Right, it's like Stratford-on-Avon.
3 whole years you didn't look at me once.
Well, I was deeply lost in
Are we watching the
contemplation,
correct
as
show?
I just was right now, staring. I ruminate, I gesticulate. This is part of the scholarly life. I apologize.
Well, you know what they say, 3 out of 8. I mean, I don't know
the rest of
if
that?
they say that.
I've never said that.
3 out of 8.
Who's they?
Them?
Right, got
Yes.
it.
Popular British parlance, I'm assuming.
Ibid opposite them. Got it, right.
Well, good. Then I'm happy you have a new partner, and I will continue to manage this team the best way I know how. But
Please.
perhaps we should change from the evil geniuses, since that was a JTE construct, to something more supreme, as it were, something with sour cream.
We shall think about what would people of such
Tostadas.
supreme intellect as us call a team? That's
I'll have
the
to
question.
think about it, and I'll get back
You
to
know what you should do? Ruminate on it.
You're doing a marvelous job.
Yes,
You're doing a
wonderful.
marvelous job.
Wonderful work on everything.
He's terrible. Who is
Yeah,
he?
he is my brother, but I quite agree with you. Rather than getting offended by this, I'm going to agree with you and say yes.
Well, I'm
He's-
your brother now.
He's doing a terrible job. I shall call Mother and let her know.
Give my love to Mother.
Cheers.
What? There should be like an award for like best cutscene of the year, because that's one of them. Wow. Seriously, I almost forgot we were watching the Schmoedown there for a minute. Here's the thing, like that's why Lon is at the top of like character work. He just like picks the character and sticks to it.
Schmoedown. The singles tournament continues, and what a tournament it's been.
Now, who are these
so
two knuckleheads?
far. I'm Christian Harloff, joined by Mark Ellis. Mark,
I think we've
I
seen
am Baby Carrots.
Christian
around
Harloff
these
calling
parts, Christian, and,
like
you know, I love
a regular
good
match in a
playoff
while.
Format. I love a good tournament setting. That is what we have in the movie Trivia
Yeah, it's been a
Schmoedown. It's
minute.
the ultimate Schmoedown, like you said, the singles division, and we have somebody who we've known for a while can answer a lot of movie trivia questions. Then we have someone who we haven't known as long for a while who can answer a lot of movie trivia questions. Going to be quite a clash here today.
But what an impact. You're talking, of course, about Liz Shannon Miller at 3-1. She battled at the Collision in the #1 contender match against the now champion, primetime Paul Oyama.
Okay, so they did play.
She already has been battle tested. We know that she is a worthy competitor, and she's here now in her first tournament. Now, that can always be intimidating, but she played at the Collision in front of thousands of people watching, a bunch of people here. And on the other side of it, she's staring at Ben the Boss Bateman, who has had a bit of a rough season. I mean, he's had a rough season when you look at it. Ben Bateman is touted to be like
Except for
the
Houston.
next big superstar. What Ben
Which I'm
Bateman
sure will
has
come
been
up.
able to do so far in this league, his studying
there it is.
has been mimicked by other players. He won the teams tournament last year. But this year, he lost to the odd couple in Chicago. He was supposed to he had the big match against Andrew Guy that he won in Houston, but then against Mike Kalinowski, he loses that and loses his opportunity to go to New York. So the Horsemen and Ben are reeling right now.
Yeah, Ben's legacy, it's really a question of, are you going to be known for a guy who was able to win a lot of matches, or maybe a guy that set a new standard in how you prepare for matches? Because a lot of people, like you said, that came into the league this year, look at how Ben Bateman prepares, but did they elevate from him, or can he continue to be at the top rung? And for Liz Shannon Miller, like you said, she played Paul Oyama. She played very well against Paul Oyama. She is not intimidated by a guy that wears sunglasses.
No, it doesn't seem like it, but we also know that the winner of this match plays Paul Preston, and you talk about a guy that's just rising up as a superstar.
Powder
right now.
keg, big fan of whey protein, that guy.
He is 3-1 right now, and he's waiting in the wings. Not an easy task right now for either one of these competitors, whether it be Ben Bateman or Liz Shannon Miller, but that's what the tournament's all about. This tournament already, this is the tournament that started this entire league. So this is a big match. This is one of the last matches, and we're excited to have both Ben and Liz Shannon Miller. And talk about Nerd Chronic, the best promo guy in the biz. He put it together to show you how we got here. Here we go.
Eric Rodriguez.
Obviously, you're 3-1 now, but you're going to be in the singles tournament.
My first Ultimate Schmoedown tournament. I don't know what makes it more ultimate than all the others, but it's been a fun ride so far, and I look forward to discovering what comes next.
To say the Horsemen are underperforming would be the biggest understatement in the history of understatements.
The Horsemen, we've struggled a little bit recently. I think it's obvious to see, but there's a full half of the season left, right? I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm a little frustrated. I played badly in that match. I'm not gonna deny that.
Would we have loved to have been in New York against Paul Oyama? For sure. But we're coming.
I think Ben Bateman is never going to be a guy that gets too down on himself, and he's got a great set of teammates to pick him back up.
That's behind me. I don't want to worry about luck. I don't want to talk about losses. All I want to talk about is winning.
Him and Roker are the only guys we got in this tournament. Riley's gone. Earl's not in it. I like our chances.
Losing the last match was, it was my first loss, and so I didn't know going in how that would feel, and now I know what it feels like to lose, and it doesn't rule. But I'm just coming in, no expectations. I'm just here to have fun and play a game, and I'm feeling really relaxed and calm.
It's a great opportunity for me to go in there and remind you guys of who I am, who the boss really is, and what it actually takes to be a real competitor in this game, to be a real professional. That's what I'm here to do.
My approach has always just kind of been slow and steady, and also trust my base level of knowledge and not let nerves get the best of me.
In the old days in this league, you could miss 5 or 6 questions and win a match. It's not like that anymore. Your first round opponent, they're a 3-1 person who used to be in contention for a title. That's the truth. That's the reality. I'm not walking in here thinking this is a cakewalk anymore. I gotta go in there and I gotta show her it's about trivia, and it's about gameplay, and it's about attitude.
We're serious this time.
It's good stuff. It's a good promo. It's good stuff.
I'm going to say this, Nerd Chronic much better than Chronic Tacos.
Oh, yeah?
No longer in business across the street. No longer in business.
Makes sense. That'll give you some gas.
Rubalcaba, big fan of it. Me, not so much. We came to blows almost.
Yeah, well, it makes sense. Okay, listen. So this is a match that we know they both know.
I love the off the cuff, just like, well, it makes sense. Hey, listen. Christian's like, let's rough it back in.
A little bit more calm, as where Ben Bateman said it as much in the pre. He's frustrated.
Well, once you get to this place and you've been here before, you feel like you have pressure on you to continue to do what you have done or what you've been touted to be able to do. Liz Shannon Miller, you come in here, it's the playoffs. Yeah, if she knocks Ben Bateman out, I think Ben Bateman feels like he has more to lose right now than Liz Shannon Miller, but the winner, like you said, is going to continue to evolve in this playoff season.
All right, tail of the tape. Here is the tail of the tape.
What are they good at?
You have Liz Shannon Miller, who is good at directors. You have Oscar movies.
Making hats look
being
incredible.
able to really make that hat look incredible.
Good at wearing hats. The best hat wearer since Dick Tracy.
And there you have Ben the Boss Bateman. Oscar movies, movie release dates, and being able to stop Tom from getting arrested.
He was the best sunglasses wearer since Mark Harmon in summer school.
Nice.
How do you like that?
That was a reference.
All right, with that being said, we're ready to start this match. How about you?
Yeah, well, you said we, so I guess you're answering for me now.
Collective we.
No. Go ahead. Answer all my questions to the camera.
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia.
Thought you'd never ask.
Playoff atmosphere. You can feel it in the crowd. There's something in the air tonight.
I'm
feeling it here also.
First.
Boom, 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 boom. I was feeling it, then that happened.
Of 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 knockout. She is Lightning, Liz Shannon Miller. There she is. Look at that shirt.
There's the hat. Very Carmen San Diego. Where in the world is Liz Shannon Miller? She is ready to compete.
Lightning is her opponent.
That's a droid shirt she's got on that. Is R2D2 the best droid again?
And her opponent, representing the 5 Horsemen, led to the ring by his manager, Tom Dagnino, with a record of 5 wins, 5 defeats, and 2 knockouts. He is the 2018 Ultimate Schmoedown Team winner, Ben the Boss Bateman!
Oh, there's Dagnino. And there's Ben.
Dagnino now represents the 10 Horsemen.
Is it 10 horsemen? I don't
10
know. Is he
horsemen.
just holding up 2 5s?
I don't know what he's doing.
Is that 2 Lincolns or 1 Alexander Hamilton?
He looks home.
It's a shade of
Does not look well
an old Ben there.
Does not look like he's paying rent.
But so Ben, the boss Bateman, looking all serious, all business here as he just walks to the table, ready to play.
I haven't seen with like the briefcase
Liz Shannon Miller,
lately.
Ben, the boss Bateman. Mark, round number 1.
Yep, we got rules to round number 1, Christian. I'm about to read them right now. This is the singles format. It's a playoff, but it's got to play out like a normal match as far as rounds go, because in round number 1, you're getting Christian. I'm not sure if it was captured on camera or if they were running the rules card during my reading, but it was nice to see a handshake, a gesture of sportsmanship.
It's all about
Ellis, I'm a nice guy.
Let's not get crazy with the words here.
We'll see. All right. So, with that being said, the rules have been read by Mark
those
Ellis. We'll start with Ben
ridiculous
Bateman.
ridiculous rules.
Liz, are you ready?
Words.
Let's do it.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! First question.
Have at it.
First question, category number 1 is fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. Which comedic actor plays futuristic talk show host Ruby Rod in The Fifth Element?
Yes.
All right, so you love science fiction. If I say name a science fiction film, what's the first movie? Because I know it's not Star Wars. You call that space opera fantasy.
Inception.
Inception
5,
is your science fiction.
4,
I thought you were going to go with
3,
Crow.
2, 1. Pens down. Ben.
Say Chris Tucker.
That is correct. Liz.
Chris Tucker.
1-1.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of his mouth?
I
do!
Chris Tucker.
Next category in round number 1, that is from the world of crime movies. Crime films. Your question. Who plays FBI agent Adam Frawley, who is pursuing Ben Affleck's character in The Town?
FBI agent.
What's his name? What's his name? What's his name?
Yeah. Oh, God. What a great best action movie.
I don't know about that, but it's definitely what do you put about it? 5.
I see his face. What is his name?
3.
Die Hard 2.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, I can.
Who plays FBI agent Adam Frawley, who is pursuing Ben Affleck's character in The Town?
I only know like a limited amount of people. I can remember a limited amount of people who were in that movie. So.
What is his name?
Yep.
We should just
5.
waiting. 4.
Oh, I'm gonna hate this.
No banter.
Drawing a blank.
1.
Madman.
Down, please, and we start with Liz.
Totally blanked. I'm guessing the actor who played Coach Taylor fighting
Taylor.
Nets.
That's a great guess.
Good guess, Ben.
That would be Kyle Chandler, but I'm going to say John Hamm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is correct. Yes.
John Hamm with 2 M's.
2-1.
Yeah.
2-1. But Liz, using that JTE rule well there, to just get our thoughts as we get to the next question here. Next question. Dramas. Jeremy Irvine stars as Albert in this 2011 Spielberg film, which was set during World War I.
You ever been to Irvine?
Oh, they're gonna go with the.
Did you ever do the Irvine Improv back in the day? You know they remodeled it. You know what the food is?
Chicken wings.
Umami burger.
Oh, I like that.
is
5,
inside.
4,
Good place to tell jokes.
3, 2, 1. Ben Bateman.
Warhorse?
Yes.
Oh,
Warhorse.
There we go. 3, 2.
it's not the BFG.
Warhorse.
People seem
Thought
to
BFG was
criticize
during,
it.
like, World War
That
I.
was a 5 out of 5 schmoes for me.
Catherine Reitman didn't.
Nope.
Action adventure movies. It was not right for her. That's from her show. Action adventure films is your next category. The question: David Leitch directs Charlize Theron in this 2017 action film about an undercover MI6 agent. What's cooler to say at a bar?
What was it called?
FBI or undercover MI6? MI6.
Yes. Got it.
Oh.
Unless you're Keanu Reeves.
Come on, you got this.
4.
Don't you like Keanu Reeves? Or Keanu Reeves? Charlize Theron.
What? Stop that. Liz Shannon Miller.
Atomic Blonde.
Yes. And Ben.
Atomic Blonde.
There we go. 4-3.
Atomic Blonde.
David Miller.
We've reversed roles
First round
tonight.
match.
Yeah, apparently.
Early in the match, still early in round number 1. Well, we're halfway through. Ben Bateman throwing a perfect game so far. Your next question is in the world of animated movies. Christian, tell us about it.
Thank you so much. You almost stole my question, then you thought better of yourself. Animated.
Show the wizard behind the curtain.
In Brave, how many brothers does Merida have?
Shoot.
Okay, do you have a ranking for Brave?
Low.
Is it a? It's a Pixar. It's low. Is it Pixar?
It's one of the few Pixar movies I actually have not yet seen.
5.
So,
With the movie.
gonna have to guess a random number here,
This
3.
whole bear swap happened.
2.
based on what I remember from the trailer.
1. Pens down, please. And we start with Ben.
2.
Incorrect. Liz.
3.
Yes. Tie game
6.
is 3.
Yeah,
Tie game.
I thought the same.
Ben missed
6.
first
We're both
question.
off.
Now we have
Also,
a
the
tie.
bear
Curse of
stuff
the
in that movie
announcer.
ruled.
The bear stuff. I do like the bear stuff.
There goes my perfect game.
Your mom's a bear. Let's figure
Oh,
it out.
mine too.
No, yours was gone a long time ago.
All right, your next question comes from the world of comedies.
He's not in a laughing mood because he's losing.
Your question is, who plays Chris Farley's father, Big Tom Callahan, in 1995's Tommy Boy? Now, can I deliver that question as 1995's classic Tommy Boy?
I think it's.
I think it's.
I think it's a modern classic.
I can't
You're going
remember.
by Schmoedown Wheel.
That's right. 5.
Top 10 funniest to deny
4.
this?
What's up there? 3. 2. 1.
I get
Heads
it
down. Liz.
Brian Dennehy.
Yes.
Nope.
And
Brian Dennehy.
here we go. Tie game.
Brian Dennehy. Yeah, I
Look at
couldn't
this.
remember. I put Chris
5-5.
Cooper.
What a matchup
think
so
the
far
name
we
Chris
have
got
as
me.
we get to question number 7. Horror/thriller.
There you go.
Horror/thriller.
You got a chance to
Who
make up here.
directed the 2013 horror smash hit, The Conjuring?
Shoot, what's his name? What's his
Hey,
name?
you should know this one.
I do. What's his name?
First Blood.
I'm blanking on his name now.
2. Because a clown beats up a dude.
Isn't that FX1?
No, it was FX2 with the clown.
5. I'm thinking of Poltergeist. 4. 3. 2.
Aquaman.
1. Pens
Yep.
down. Ben.
James Wan.
Yes, Liz.
James Wan.
Tie game.
James Wan.
What a battle.
All right,
What
they know
a
the
battle.
stuff.
Yeah.
I knew who it was. I
Last
just couldn't pull his
Well,
name.
keep that applause coming, crowd, because our last question, round number 1, is a Patreon question. John Patterson.
Mr.
Up
Patterson.
to bat.
We
Thank you,
missed
John
you.
Patterson, longtime patron. If you are not
Mr.
yet a
Patterson.
Schmoedown patron, check out which tiers bring
We've
you the movie trivia
missed
Schmoedown
you.
Patreon. John
Good job, Mr. Patterson.
wanted the category of
For having a name like-
directors. These are people
No,
who
for
make
Neo
camera
sponsoring
like an
the
RV3.
That too.
Patreon.
And your question in the world of directors from John Patterson, competitors, is which Irish filmmaker has helmed the Shakespeare adaptations, Hamlet, Henry V, and Much Ado About Nothing?
Irish
The
filmmaker.
clown is like radio controlled.
Is
It's
he
not an
Irish?
actual clown,
I feel
it's
like I remember
radio
this.
controlled,
Yeah.
and he's using the remote control, and it's actually beating up.
What's his name?
Would it happen in real life? I say yes.
5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Liz.
Kenneth Branagh.
Yes.
Yes. And Ben.
Kenneth Branagh.
Tie
Kenneth
game.
Branagh.
7-7.
That's what this
What a
says.
first
Can you
round
tell?
between
Yeah,
both
it's
Ben
Kenneth
Bateman
Branagh.
and
I had to write it
Shannon
very
Miller. As
quickly.
we get to round number 2, it's the wheel round. This has either made or sunk careers here in the movie trivia Schmoedown. The wheel round. How does it go, Mark?
The wheel has emerged courtesy of our own Alex Marzonia. Is he in love? Is he out of love? You never know with that guy. On the wheel, you're going to see 10 different slides.
JT rules she has 2 left. Ben has all 3 left. Both have their challenges. Ben Bateman, you are the higher ranked competitor. Would you like to go first or second?
I feel courteous today. Liz, why don't you go right ahead and spin the wheel?
Sure thing, bud.
You know what? He said he was a nice guy. I doubted him up top. It's starting to win me over a little bit.
Big spin here. There's the spin.
All right. With Shannon
So,
Miller taking a spin.
Spinning
hoping to advance.
the Knight's Shield. Mixed bag.
Okay, stop the mixed bags.
Mixed bag.
Now, does she want to use her mulligan, or does she want to keep mixed bag? Could be anything.
Doozy. It's a doozy of a category.
Could be anything.
Gonna keep it.
Keep the mixed bag.
All right.
That's a power play right there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Mixed bag. Mixed bag. And here we go, Liz. We don't know what's gonna be in here, so here we go.
Reach your arm deep in there, Christian. What'd you pull out?
All right. Question 1. This actress played Marilyn Monroe opposite Eddie Redmayne in 2011's
Williams.
My Week with Marilyn.
Michelle Williams.
Yes, for 2 points.
Yep.
Good.
Paying off so far.
Question 2. Susanna Fogel directed this 2018 raunchy comedy.
Multiple choice, please.
Yep.
Is it A, Blockers?
Yeah.
B, Life of the Party? C, The Spy Who Dumped Me? D, Game Night?
Blockers.
That would be C.
Blockers.
That is correct for 1
Spy,
point.
huh?
Spy who
It
dumped me.
is.
Uh-huh.
Spy who
That's
dumped
what I was
me.
like. Is Blockers this year or last year? I couldn't remember.
All right. Question 3. What European country did Serpico move to after retiring from the police force?
Okay, I'm gonna go multiple choice on that one too.
A, Germany. B, Switzerland. C, Greece.
Greece.
D, Denmark.
C, Greece.
Is it correct? Ben, is
Germany.
it A, Germany. B, Switzerland. C, Greece. D, Denmark.
Switzerland.
For 1 point. That is
Wow.
correct.
Ice water in his veins with the steel.
All right.
Serpico, that's a new one.
Liz's 4th and final question. Okay. What year saw the release of The Day After Tomorrow?
2014?
2004.
Oh, no.
2009.
That's incorrect.
Yeah, 2004.
Steal.
2014 is way too recent.
Yeah. It's 4, 5, or 6.
5.
I think 4.
4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
What year saw the release of The Day After Tomorrow?
2 JTE rules remain for each category.
5, 4, 3, 2.
2002.
It's incorrect. 2004.
2004.
All right. So
good job.
That is
Yeah.
that's the end of that particular
That phase of
line
round
of questioning
two.
for Liz Shannon Miller.
got a movie release
Still up by
date,
2
and
as Ben
Ben
Bateman
didn't.
now goes up to spin. It is 10-8. 10-8.
It's 1 out of how many movie release
Calm down
dates?
there, Scott Mance.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's right.
How many movie release dates are there out there? And I got one of them.
I hate the idea of going
That
back.
Ben
Maybe
didn't.
get some more surface level questions from a variety
Sure, he
of
gets a lot more
categories.
than me.
There's the spin. Sounds like a dump truck coming down the road at 2 in the morning.
I enjoy the sound of the wheel. It gets the crowd locked in.
Denzel.
Nice. He ends
Denzel
up getting
Washington.
Denzel Washington.
Denzel, what's he going to do? Is he going to spin it again, or is he going to stay with it? His manager coming out to give some advice?
Denzel Washington, famous for his role in Game
We're
Night.
going to give a countdown in 5.
Wow. That's fantastic.
2.
Almost Ellis.
Going to keep
Gonna
it.
keep
Okay,
it.
here we go.
Denzel Washington. Yay!
Oh, that's why Dagnito was promoting it.
Yeah.
All right, Ben, your question. Number 1 of 4. Who sang the theme song, Streets of Philadelphia, for the film Philadelphia?
The boss.
He's
He's doing this on purpose. He's so doing it on purpose.
3, 2.
Bruce Springsteen.
It is, in fact, the boss.
Okay.
Oh, hey,
Uh-huh.
he's the boss. Bruce is the boss. Tony Danza wants to know who's the boss. All right.
Hold me
Ben,
closer,
your
Tony
next
Danza.
question, 2nd of 4 in this category of Denzel Washington film. Denzel Washington stars alongside Bob Hoskins in what 1990 comedy about a dead lawyer whose ghost
Mario
teams
Brothers.
up with a cop who has donated his heart?
What?
Did you ever see it?
I literally think you wrote this question as a
No,
joke.
I swear. I love it. Underrated movie. 5.
I feel like I've heard of this before, actually.
I can provide that. Is it A, heart attack?
No.
B, heart condition? C, heart valve?
Heart
or
condition.
D, heart donation?
Heart condition. Yeah.
Heart condition.
Give him a point.
One more
Give him a
point.
point.
Of those
Weird
four,
premise.
of those four, it's the
Ben
only one that
Bateman
sounded
takes
like an
his
actual
first
movie
lead,
title.
as it is
That's
now
a
11
weird
10.
premise.
All right, Ben.
I have to look up
Your
that
penultimate
one.
question in this category. Who played Dr. Betty Shabazz in the Denzel Washington-led drama Malcolm X?
Oh.
It's hard to feel the intensity in the room here as we get closer and closer.
Glad neither competitor has a heart condition.
5,
Wow.
3,
Gotta love Ellis.
2.
Angela Bassett.
2 points.
That is
Ben Bateman jumps ahead now by 3.
Ben Bateman
And
doing
we
boss
go on to
things.
One more question, his last one in the world of Denzel Washington movies. This could give you as much as a 5-point lead going into round number 3, Mr. Bateman.
That'd be a good lead.
In the film Two Guns, Denzel Washington and Mark Wahlberg must work together despite being undercover for separate agencies. What government
jeez.
agency does Denzel's character Bobby?
CIA.
FBI. It's one of those two.
I mean, it's not really a 50-50, but there's
5.
other agencies.
4, 3, 2.
The DEA.
I don't know how he
That
knows
was going to
what
be my
he is.
next one I was going to
Okay.
mention, actually.
Well,
By
maybe
Bateman.
not one of
And
the
now
two.
Bateman sees himself
Yeah, I was
with a
about to- I was
5-point
just about to
lead
say,
going
it could be
into round
DEA.
number 3.
Healthy lead.
It's a healthy lead, but it's certainly many players have come back from 5-point leads as we get into round number 3, and it is the last round here. Mark, how's that go?
In round number 3, each in that chair, you also have a 5-point lead. So you can give us your series of numbers first. From 1 to 20, we need 3 numbers that feel lucky to you, Mr. Punk.
Let's go 3, 7, and 17.
Mr. Punk.
3, 7, and 17 for 3, 7, and 17 for Bateman.
Someone out there really liked that
And
number.
for
I bet it was
Les.
Dagnino.
14, 15, and 16.
14, 15, and 16.
I like that.
for Liz.
Nice,
I like
tight,
it too.
compact.
All right, so Liz is going to go first here. She's going to try to avoid the TKO as we start with category 14 for Liz. And Liz, you chose comedies. Oh, there you go. That's
Not in round 3, and Draco.
That's right.
All right, getting Draco out of the studio. Security.
Liz, this mockumentary about beauty pageants and the lengths that some contestants will go to win stars Kirstie Alley,
Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Kirsten Dunst, and Denise Richards.
You had me with mockumentary about beauty pageants. Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Correct, on 2 points. All right. All right.
Nice. Makuga liked it.
Now, your 3-pointer to tie the game
Sounds like it, doesn't it?
is rom-coms. Rom-coms. Here we go. Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler find themselves stuck together in an African resort
Blended.
for families in this rom-com.
Ooh, don't say 50 First Dates.
Oh, that was Hawaii.
Also, the plot would read differently.
Blended.
5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question, please.
Absolutely. The second one. Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler find themselves stuck together in an African resort for families in this rom-com.
Blended.
Correct.
Nice.
What a way to play the game there. She took her
That's right.
time. You saw it, and she used it. Good uses of JT, and she's tied the game. Now we bounce to Ben Bateman, who now has to hit his 2 points.
He's got to hit his 2-pointer, and if he does so, he's going to have a 2-point lead over Liz Shannon Miller, who would then be forced to answer her 5-point question. Ben, in order to do that, you need to get this question right in the category of, remember Blended?
Yeah, I remember.
Drew Barrymore.
Oh, look at this.
Drew Barrymore.
50 First
And your
Dates.
question is,
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore plays the character Dylan Sanders.
Charlie's Angels.
Charlie's Angels, yeah.
It's an action movie, Ben.
That Drew Barrymore was in.
Yeah.
How many of those are there? At least 2.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Charlie's Angels.
2 points,
2
and he's back
points.
in the lead.
All right, so now Liz Shannon Miller has gotten herself out of TKO range, but now she has to hit her 5 to stay in the game. If she does, it bounces back to Ben Bateman, who will have a chance to tie the game with his 3. But here we go. Liz, you chose category 16. You chose crime films. Crime films. Here you go. Who played the role of J. Edgar Hoover in 2009's
Billy Crudup.
Public Enemies?
It's one of those movies I've seen repeatedly and actually really like, so.
5,
I was like,
4,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
3,
Johnny Depp.
Billy
2,
Crudup.
1.
Comini. I don't have it.
And your
Meany.
winner,
Was he in that?
advancing to the second round, Ben the Boss Bateman. The answer was Billy Crudup. Billy Crudup was the answer.
Dr. Manhattan himself.
Billy Crudup.
There's a lot of famous historical figures in Public Enemies. It's a tough 5-pointer, but that's why they call them the 5-pointers. Ben Bateman will move on in the tournament, but a great display. A wealth of knowledge by
was
both
close,
competitors
though.
here.
Yeah.
Christian. Liz Shannon
good.
Miller coming up a little short there, but she played a good game. I think that she's learned how to strategize around all 3 rounds at this point.
It's funny, even with the loss, I think this is the best she's played the game. She took her time. You could tell, even with that 3-pointer.
Was he in that
she
movie?
Just relaxed, and she
Who?
hit it, and she played a hell of a game there
Paul
against
Meany?
Bateman.
Yeah.
Talk about a master strategist when it comes to playing the game, figuring your way out around a board. Ben Bateman, perhaps one of the best we've ever seen at the Strategy Incorporated, despite the fact that he was walked out by Tom Dagnino.
Listen, he's playing on the ropes right now, and he knows he's playing on the ropes, and he's at a point that he's got to everything counts. But it's now he's got Paul Preston, which is not easy. He had Liz Shannon Miller in the first round. That wasn't easy. And now he's going to have Paul in the second round, 2 rookies back to back. But these are rookies that are coming to play. And like I said, Liz Shannon Miller just showed she's learning the game better and better. She's going to be dangerous every time she's out there.
She played fast. She played loose. You're right. She played like she had nothing to lose. Unfortunately, she took the L, but we're going to see her back real soon.
Well, she is backstage now with Jen Sturger, who's with Liz. Let's go there now.
Thank you so much, guys. Oh, Liz, despite the outcome of that, I feel like I'm watching you learn how to play this game, and you're getting better at it every single time from a strategy standpoint. How did you feel out there? A little more comfortable?
Yeah, I think so. I think the honest truth is, like, I'll confess, like, going first in the wheel round always throws me a bit. Like, the first 3 matches I won, I went second on the wheel round, and so now I'm back to this, like, oh, maybe the superstitions are gonna kick in and, like, all that jazz. But
You're not supposed to put that stuff out there for your enemies.
I know. I'm very bad at this game. But I did have a really good time today. I felt really good about getting the ones I got right. I don't feel bad about getting the ones I got wrong. Like, that's, I think, the biggest thing for me is there have been questions I've gotten in this tournament where it's just really, killed me that I missed it, that I knew that one back and forward. The movies I got questions on today, I just wasn't that familiar with, and you can't be familiar with every movie on the planet, as I'm sure everybody who participates in this competition is more than aware of.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially when you land on something like mixed bag.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, my philosophy towards the wheel round, despite my just talking about superstitions just then, has always just really been like, with the exception of, like, if I know I can't do something, like, take what I get, because, then you never know what kind of questions they're going to be. Like, even in the most difficult, like, as I saw in the JTE JT match I did recently, he's a big Ridley Scott fan. That Ridley Scott round destroyed him, and I felt really bad about that because I have been there, I'm sure.
Take your time, go to multiple choice, limit the amount of damage your opponents can do. These are all just things I'm throwing out there for someone who just sits back and will never play a match ever. But so, what is next for you? Obviously, this is the end of your journey in the tournament, but...
Surely Jen's got to be good at movie trivia through osmosis at this point. One would think. That being said, she also does this for wrestling, so she's probably going to be able to choke slam people through a table or...
Works the same. Yeah.
All right, like Jen just said, Liz Shannon Miller is getting better and better at the game, and I think, as we have already found out, that there's going to be a lot of people, I think, looking at Liz Shannon Miller to say, oh, maybe I want her to play with me.
Invaluable experience when it comes to getting into a tournament setting in general, having that extra added oomph of pressure to you, and then playing against a guy like Ben Bateman, where if nothing else you are going to pick up some strategy points just by watching how he plays the game.
Right.
So Ben Bateman is a guy that you can look at, and the question we asked at the top of the show, is Ben Bateman just a guy who sets precedents in how to prepare, or can he actually get questions right still? He proved that today.
Well, that's right, and I'm sure, and Jen, I know Jen will ask him also about the fact of the Horseman, and now you had Riley. It looked dire, because Merle had lost the title. Riley gets bounced in the first round.
That's only 8 horsemen left, according to Tom Dagnino's count.
But now we have Ben Bateman, who has the victory, and now he's going up against Paul Preston. Very interested to see what's going to happen here. And here, Jen, take it away.
Thanks so much, guys. Mr. Dagnino, you've got to be feeling pretty good. The Horsemen have been having a really rough run as of late, but I feel like there's a little bit of an upswing right now.
Yeah, we're back in the saddle again, and the horse has nothing to worry about because I'm only about 6% body fat now. So here's what needed to happen.
Love Dagnino.
Ben needed to win. And guess what? He did. Look, like I said earlier in the pregame, with the Horsemen, we derailed. Our horses were in the stable, but now they're coming back out. It's gonna be the Kentucky Derby, and the Belmont Stakes, and the other one.
So many horse references there. Ben, how are you feeling about this match? Obviously, you watched Riley lose. You watched Dan lose his belt. What does this win mean to the Horsemen?
It's a good win, Jen. I mean, I went out there. I felt a little tight when I walked in, to be honest. But I just had to play it quiet, And I look over at Liz, and I think Liz is a really talented player. I think she knows a lot about the game. It's arguably she knows as much, if not more, than I do about movies. I've seen her matches, but I was gonna stare at her while she was answering her questions. I was gonna be a part of the game. I'm not trying to be a mean guy. Just I gotta win this match. I gotta play it serious, and I take this stuff seriously. So I was very happy to go out there and win. It felt really good, and it's just one step closer to resurrecting what's happened to this incredible stable that I was fortunate enough to be invited to join. So.
Do you think you just had an upper hand on her for the fact that you do know how to play this game better than most?
Yeah, I mean, there's little things, if you could have heard some of the stuff Gucci and I were saying to each other between the rounds, or...
I'm glad I didn't.
yeah, the stuff he said was, next level. But anyway, the point
it always is.
Just kind of crunching the numbers, exactly how many points we needed, how many we could afford to give away, things like that. I was a coin flip away from a TKO in that match. 2 brothers versus 3, 2002 versus 2004. It's just that stuff in your brain where you can't quite lock in, but it's fine. It went in my favor in the end, and I played a tight game. I was happy about that. So.
Well, coming up
next. Yeah, I played a tight game too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Excuse me, I'm sorry I can't hear those generic responses. And I think I also heard them earlier today when the Seattle Mariners lost. Those are like from Baseball Player Handbook 101. It's time for new blood, pal, okay? You know, if Boss went to college, he would have beaten up guys like you. That's the reality. So, he didn't go to college. He was self-educated. But thanks for walking in my interview. I was just going to insult you that you didn't go to college, but you did it for me. Listen, I'm glad you made that poll on Bruce Springsteen, because that answers the question, who's the boss? It's clearly Bruce Springsteen, all right? It's time for new blood, all right? You're wearing a Wimbledon visor from a garage sale. Like, be honest with yourself. I'm a nice guy.
Poor Jen.
Dude.
I don't have enough mics back here.
I got this at the premiere, okay? I got this at the premiere. And besides, I can't even hear you behind those sunglasses. They're loud, as intended. Now get out of my interview, okay? I'll see you in a couple weeks. We'll see you in a couple weeks, pal. Everybody show up for the exit strategy that he's got for leaving the tournament, all right, when he takes on the powder keg. Everyone's talking about the powder keg. No one's talking about Bateman anymore. No one's talking about you. Jason Bateman. We're talking about you.
No one can hear you because you're not mics. Jesus.
Your Velcro's undone on the sandals. All right.
I think he's got to go manage Prestige Worldwide or something. Anyways, best of luck to you going forward in the tournament. God,
that was awkward.
It's over, buddy. Just this interview's done. Back to the desk.
Well, I mean, that was a lot.
A lot of
information.
Paul
Preston wears flip-flops with Velcro. Interesting decision.
Well, God bless Jen Sturger that she was able to maintain all that. But look, the powder keg is no joke. I mean, he's getting to this point. Like, this is what happened last season when Ethan Irwin came on the scene. You know, he had a strong first part, but you know what? A reference I think would be Mara Kanopik, right? So Mara Kanopik towards the second half of the season really dominated and wound up winning Rookie of the Year. Paul Preston, it was Paul Preston month at one point to where he had so many different matches and he's fighting and he's now becoming a name for the Schmoedown community. People know, and he's becoming one of these Schmoedown pros now that people really want to see compete. And now you have Bateman, who used to be the new blood, who is now turning into one of these, you know, kind of vets, and he's going up against this guy, the powder keg, now in round 2, and that's a match.
But my question is Paul going to be able? He's good with the words and the verbal jabs backstage when he's not competing.
Right.
But is he going to be able to replicate what I think Shannon Miller was able to do today, where you come on and you're loose, you're ready to play, you're not too panicked, you're not nervous. She came, she played her game, she played well. Can Paul Preston do that in a tournament setting against somebody like Ben Bateman? It's going to be a lot of pressure on him. Interested to see if he can live up to the hype.
Same here, and this match definitely lived up to the hype because you had, once again, Shannon Miller had a really nice run this season, 3-2 overall, and she went up against Ben Bateman, who's looking to make a statement and try to win this tournament. So you guys, what do you think? We're asking once again, make sure that you comment and like. We're doing a little challenge here today. Let's see if we can get it up to 2,500 likes and over 600 comments. That's the challenge for you guys today. Go ahead and tell us exactly what you thought of the match. Join the Patreon. If you haven't had a chance to get your tickets to Orlando,
the Magic Kingdom.
Want to see who's going to play in the finals of this tournament? You can see it live. The winner of the tournament will play live, and you can see it. Go to the schmoedownlive.com, October 19th in Orlando.
Live from the Epcot Center next to the Body Wars exhibit.
Not true, but sounds good enough. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. For Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff.
Wow.
See you next time.
Harloff's going for it. He's going for the nuke. He's going for R&B's nuke, which I think is really great for R&B. But this could backfire. This is not a good idea.
Look, man, all you gotta do is go out there and win the team titles. That's it.
Oh, yeah, you gotta do is win the team title. All I gotta do is win the I've been trying to win the titles for 3 years. Hi, Emma. I don't want to worry about this. I don't want to worry about that. Get your together. Snickers, let's go. Good boy.
You owe another $1.
Brilliant.
He stuck a 20 in there. He's good for a while.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that she just slid in there with the jar and slid back out.
That was perfect.
I was like, wait, what's Emma doing there? Oh, she's holding a
swear jar.
Swear jar. That's awesome.
Oh, thank y'all for making our work easier on that.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, that's funnier than us editing him. So I mean, I actually like that. So
that was fantastic. I really enjoyed that cutscene. A lot of great stuff that happened here. I mean, that's just speaking on that cutscene just real quickly. I mean, that's kind of giving a hint as to what the nuke is supposed to be, because if Drew and Drew don't win the team tournament, it's going to be something that could backfire on them. So, I mean, we've already had Anarchy. Are we talking about something that's going to take it a step further?
Possibly.
What I'm going to lay down my call right here, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, we're filming this before the Schmoedown Throwdown that's happening this Saturday. You should get your live stream tickets for that.
At the Schmoedownlive.com. Pick up your live stream tickets or hop on the Patreon. If you're a $10 member or higher, you'll get it with your patronage. But you were saying...
that. Yes. So, my prediction is there's going to be like a faction mix-up. Faction... not just like Anarchy, where it was a new team is coming together under a random person as a manager, but rather new factions are being thrown together of mixed amount of people under new managers.
Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty similar to that, but I think I've got another layer to add to that. All the teams are going to be forced to break up.
Yeah.
That's the nuke. All teams have to break up.
I think that comes with it. I think that's definitely part of it.
Same kind of idea, just another angle wording to it. That everyone has to end. There is no more teams as they are right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're putting on our call right here. We'll find out this Saturday as to whether or not that's the case, or if it's something completely different that we just had no idea about.
Which, I mean, that's going to be very interesting. That's also really good because I'd like to be partnered with you rather than DJ. But
is that how that works?
I guess.
This nuke affects reactors also?
I don't know.
By call to action, all of you are hanging out with each other for such a long time.
Wow.
Dedicated to art, splitting up.
Yeah.
Abby's and Albert are actually probably going to team up now.
Yeah, force the single. Yeah. Anyways. Jokes to that aside, that's what I agree. That's what I think the overall nuke is going to be about. That's pretty funny.
The nuke is going to force Garth out of the comments to sit on this couch next to you.
He'll do it.
I'm sure he will. Hi, Garth.
That'd be funny. Lost the train of thought. That was actually really good.
Yeah, so I mean, let's jump into this match here. This match it came out the way we thought it would. Actually, it came out almost exactly how I thought it would. You had a situation where I knew it was going to come down to the last round.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be Liz Shannon Miller was going to put on a really good showing because she's capable of doing that, but then was just going to have the edge in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben won. He's moving on, taking on Preston.
Yep.
Which I think, if I remember correctly, we have him winning that as well,
mm-hmm.
and then moving on to the finals where he's going to take on Kalinowski again.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I like Paul Preston, but I kind of hope Bateman gets this because Bateman versus Kalinowski 2 is going to be fantastic.
Well, he's got to take on Preston, then he's got to take on the winner of Stacy versus Brendan Meyer.
Yeah.
I think. There's mine. Where's that bracket? Let me get that bracket again.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, okay, there you go. Well,
okay.
We see the matchups there. That's how that is. So, yeah, I mean, I would love to see Bateman versus Kalinowski again, except this time maybe Bateman wins, maybe Kalinowski wins. According to our bracket, we have Kalinowski, so we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I think that's going to do it for this match.
Well, so that, and at the beginning, we see Lon has a new partner now.
Oh, Lon's got another new partner again. Who is this guy?
I don't know, but I can't tell if he's actually British or not because that accent was actually pretty convincing for me.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I mean, last time we heard an accent that convincing, it was Devon Stewart. I'm just kidding. It was his partner, Jack, who actually is British.
Yeah.
I mean, Devon's British.
Ish. British-ish?
Devon's not, but Devon is.
Yeah. Sure.
That's how that works.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of curious to see how those two play, especially because they're going into the tournament as a team.
Yeah.
So we haven't seen how their chemistry is.
Also, what's their team name going to be?
Yeah. Chalupa. I like that. It's got to have something with sour cream on it.
Something so obscure. The tacos.
The taco tacos?
The taco tacos.
Yeah.
Might be too many characters for our team name.
Anyway, so that's going to do it for our recap of this. Go over to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to their YouTube channel. As you saw, that Christian's actually issuing the challenge this time, which is a common trope that you see some YouTubers do. Like, hey, let's have our likes hit this number, our comments hit this number. It's kind of nice seeing that because it's really kind of helped drive all that attention, which is what they need to be able to thrive.
But unlike other YouTubers, we actually care about the Schmoedown. So actually go do this challenge. You see what I did there? Don't care about any other YouTubers. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of works.
Take it back away.
Anyways, go over there, help them out any way you can. Also, hop on the Patreon. Make sure you join the Patreon, help them out that way, and picking up the tickets to the live events at theschmoedownlive.com.
Orlando.
Oh yeah, there is also Orlando coming up, which we are planning on making the journey out to Orlando for. So make sure you go pick up tickets to that. Join us in Orlando. That's going to be a really good show. I am anxious to see that show.
Yeah.
Also, for us, make sure you follow us at Cinefanatics MLP on Twitter and on Instagram. Follow us so we can update you with what we're doing, when we're changing, and other announcements that we have coming up. Those announcements are clearly pertaining to the fact that we are about to have 1,000 subscribers. We are starting the countdown. We have stuff planned to be a part of this countdown. You can hit the subscription button, which is right above our heads up here. Also, over here off to the side are a couple of videos that we have made on our way to those 1,000 subscribers. And as always...
It turns out Cole Meany isn't in Public Enemies.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice to know. Later.
See ya. When in doubt, pinky out.